Now, I'd like to start this part off by asking you guys, what sort of crossover do you prefer? The type where, say, both parties are in an unknown land that puts them on relatively equal ground, or the type where we're visiting each other's worlds at some point here and there, one's the ace here and that, or something of a mixture of it?
I prefer the second one.
I'm used to... Oh, sorry, go on.
No.
Espella was able to tell us quite a bit about this mysterious town. It seemed Carmine was conducting an investigation of his own in this, quote, great archive. But what? We followed Carmine's trail and eventually found ourselves at the Great Archive.
Wait, we're not there yet!
Yeah. It was merely a hunch. We believe there could perhaps be clues there that would help us solve the mystery of shit. Luke, you gave me the wrong script!
Okay. You see what I mean about how weird the previously on stuff works with this game?
Yeah.
Like, literally, sometimes it will go ahead on stuff, but yeah, back to you two.
To answer your question, Jovah, I'm used to crossovers that involve a lot of things at the same time rather than just two properties, so I'm not really sure. But I do kind of like the idea of them visiting, some of each other's locations. Again, something like the Project Cross Zone / Uncle Cross Capcom games are a good example of that.
Mm-hmm. I also prefer the one where they stay in each other's worlds.
Me too, honestly, and... Right. So I can kind of get what they were trying to do with this game. I do wish we could have maybe gotten to see a bit more of them hang out here and there. It would have...
Because I feel like...
Oh, go on.
It's not just the characters that people like for a crossover, it's the settings of the respective series. So yeah, it just makes sense to hang out in, the worlds of those settings.
There is also this, however. The main gimmick of the Layton games has always been about moving to a different location, and the twist usually generally being regarded as the secret behind that location, Well, unfortunately, for one reason or another, Ace Attorney games tend to stay in the same location, the Japan-American, city of Okio. Let's call it whatever we want. Only occasionally just moving to another place when it comes maybe to the investigation because it's in the nearby area and everything. But very rarely they move outside of that. So in that case, they would have had to either have Phoenix, reach London and stay there, or have Layton and Luke exploring the city of Japan America. And considering how localization treats this with different culture, it probably would have been a bit weird, in terms of actually exporting and having to adjust to the localization standards.
To be fair,
probably what the thought process was, let's kill two birds with one stone and move both parts into a completely different location than them, so at the very least it stays true to, the spirit of the Layton series.
To be fair, when it comes to overall stuff, actually, the localization team has relatively made it a lot easier. Essentially, as I mentioned before, Janitsu has pretty much stated that Ace Attorney, localization-wise, takes place in an America that had much better relationships with, Japan citizens, and overall led to more of a breeding of the culture overall here and there. And it helps that, again, the localization takes place in California, which does have its own Tokyo district, and, of course, they've got cherry blossoms over there, so, again, they actually did think of a good way to make it so that, the localization doesn't have to worry as much here and there. And, wouldn't you know, they did what a lot of people suggested for Great Ace Attorney, and it's now official that Phoenix does still come from Japanese descent. It's just that his ancestors emigrated, eventually over to America.
Mm-hmm. It took a bit of a detour, though, I must say.
It would still have had the needed of also respecting, like I said, what I said about Layton, the idea that the city where Phoenix and, Maya have been for most of the time would have had some sort of weird, great secret and everything. And I get the idea that, despite being a crossover and ultimately, being canon only if anyone wants. They wanted to still not shaking up too much what was the status quo, especially considering again how travel development cycle. It might have been more prominent in early stages of working on the game, but I get the idea they did not want it to impact too much, similar to how Metal Gear Rising got retooled into being after the events of 4 instead of in between 2 and 4.
I've always said back that the customer is sure to be pissed or something. I'm like, why are you pissed about it? I solved the puzzle for you.
But anyway, I do bring this up because we do have actual intel that says that they were actually going to visit each other's particular homes at some point here and there. And I do wonder how much of a missed opportunity that may have been. Like, let me put it like this. We do know a few drafts of the story overall. We don't know it all, but there are some things. But more on that later.
It looks like the Knights have given up searching for us. Ha! Thank goodness.
Look, you jinx us, you fool!
It's okay, we're back down to 0 stars, Professor.
Look how they've thought of, but, yes, it seems you're right, Luke. I'm jinxing it now. From the look of things, we should be safe to explore a little more before making our way to the great archive that the flashbacks that we've already done. Look, seriously, Luke, did you at least look at the top corner of the page of the script?
No.
You spoiled the whole. During your block, you end up spoiling the whole story by part 15.
Shopkeepers and customers all look grim.
And yes, I know I missed that last bit in the script, but I don't care. You clearly spoiled the whole thing. The person who was waving up there is now
There was
gone.
a person there, now it's gone.
Yes.
Yeah, but excuse me, do you mind if I climb up your window and grab the hit coin?
Alright. Did you too see the latest story?
When you say latest, am I to assume that these parades are held on a regular basis?
You mean you don't know that? People these days, no one knows a thing while you were still learning how to spell your name.
No, I do not want.
Never mind.
Keep
I'm
that
not
out of my
forgiving
brain.
sort. I suppose I should fill the gaps in your knowledge.
That's not very polite.
Ahem.
I was talking, boy.
The storyteller appears in a parade before the common people whenever he writes a new story. It will be no overstatement to say that they spend every waking day looking forward to the stories that he provides.
Well, with a lifestyle like yours, I'm ever so gracious he gave you a good one.
So, so you look forward to stories in which witches burn people?
What are you saying? That only happens to be the story this time. Usually the storyteller writes the most wonderful stories.
Sure he does.
That's why I thought he would give us a wonderful chapter today too.
But alas...
Instead, I found myself caught up in the crowd. My glasses were broken and I was beaten by a dog.
Boo-hoo. Some people have real problems here, you know, like my fucking window. Don't feel down. Every cloud has a silver lining, so...
Just like your window, Professor.
Don't feel down! Don't feel down, you say!
Are you sure you didn't break your glasses that time, sir?
Do I look like I'm feeling down? Poof! No way I'm feeling down!
He's feeling down, isn't he, Luke?
Yeah,
And
definitely.
my unhappiness is recorded to the storyteller's page, and so be it. Oh, sorrow, a part of me, such sweet sorrow.
You mangled that quote.
Oh, he is definitely feeling down.
It seems that not all stories are born equal.
Why do I feel that a person's character might have something to do with it?
Possibly.
That's the entire point of storytelling, Luke. Like, if you created all characters as the same, unless that's your point,
There'd
you
be
know,
no
to create a
main
specific story
character.
like that.
I do
Great
like
archive. We already came here, didn't we?
I do like the design of it and how it looks like a giant book being opened.
Also, no, we haven't been here yet.
Looks like a cathedral over anything.
The flashback said we had.
The flashback was drunk.
Just looking up at it makes my neck ache.
That's because Luke fucked up the script.
Why are you always blaming me for this stuff?
Because
you read it.
Supposed to give it. I read it, but Luke gave me the wrong page.
I did no such thing.
So why holding the script? in
Yes,
your
you
hand?
did. Anyway, this building has become something of a
Symbol.
thing that.
Hey, look at that roof over there.
Which one? There's like 5 of them.
The
On the right.
damaged
One over there.
It looks like it suffered considerable fire damage at some point. Was there a major fire or something?
Why hasn't anyone fixed it? That was.
Oh wait.
Who's this?
I think it's me.
That's you.
I've been listening for a while. I must say, you really are strange. I think. Isn't it better?
Yeah, it's you.
Oh, it's you.
That roof has been like that for some time. It's certainly nothing new.
Really? And no one's fixed it?
Yep.
If it's alright with you, could you tell us a little about it?
You two never cease to amaze me with your incredible lack of
I
knowledge.
was asking a fucking question, you twerp!
Well, I guess it couldn't hurt to tell you. That damage is from the legendary fire. Trademark.
The legendary fire?
God damn it, Groundon.
More like Moltres. Yes, long ago, there was a huge fire that engulfed almost this entire town.
And you repaired everything except that one little bit.
The damage there occurred at that time. You can see other traces of the fire around the town too, here and there.
The entire town was engulfed in a huge fire.
All the townsfolk know about it. You're probably the only ones that don't.
Huh. Is that supposed to make me feel special?
Yes. Thank you for filling us in. You're very rude, but that certainly cleared up a few things.
They slept through the whole thing. I'm not sure how, but that's what happened.
No problem. It so happens I had nothing better to do. It wasn't such a bad way to kill time. Anyway, I'll see you around.
To think
Then,
that even a building of this size could be affected by fire.
We're using Age of Empires logic. We're just attacking a stone building with a sword that allows you to actually catch it fire.
That's the thing, it must have been a very powerful fire to have wiped out a whole town this size.
you're certainly right about that. Espella, are you ever... Espella, is something the matter?
Oh, no, nothing at all.
Espella,
You're
what
a
was with
horrible
that
liar.
days?
Shall we make our way inside?
I'm a bit concerned about that roof falling on my head.
We don't have to walk that way. We can go to the left.
But what if the left has also kind of been damaged and they didn't repair it properly?
Well, that's just bad luck.
I feel like we're in a
Your hat
hitman
should
cave.
protect you.
It's not a hard hat. The entire town has been restored after. It might look very different from what it is now. Also, Espella doesn't get any lines of dialogue because,
Hint coin.
yeah.
You're just
let's-
stealing hint coins from people?
Who says
Hey,
we're stealing?
That wasn't in a person, it was on the ground.
Uh-oh, not good. What should I do?
Resign?
I'm the only postman in town.
Or get a different one then. What's the matter? Is there something troubling you, madam?
yes, something certainly is. Troubling me, I mean. Today's scary story, it's just so frightening.
Sucks to be the mailer in a town full of witches who could kill you at any moment, I assume. Especially when, for all you know, the next person you're delivering a letter to could be a witch.
Which is which?
No.
I may be afraid, but I have to do it. I have to finish my delivery. See this? A whole satchel full of letters. A letter fest. And I have to deliver them all.
See, first a
You really
mailman who
gave
deals
the
with...
duties of this entire town to just one person?
Yes. So as the storyteller
My,
commands.
there really is a lot of letters.
I mean, yeah, Dwibs, the storyteller would agree to be that way.
If you'd like, I could help deliver a few of them for you.
Well, Mr. Hexion, I must say, the storyteller is really shit at running his town.
Nah, he's just a dick.
He's both.
Oh, Espella!
If you want to know about me,
No, it's alright. After all, it's my job.
Some of those letters are now on the ground, you know.
one's blown off into the sky.
Probably never to be heard from again.
Or
Red.
same difference.
And anyway, you look busy right now yourself.
With the ever-important business of reading books at the library.
Well, a little, but we should always help each other out in times of need.
Yeah, but you're not being paid to do her job, are you?
I'm okay. Don't worry about me. I've got it covered.
I'm fairly certain of that.
Right, I'm off. I can do this. I can deliver them all. The letters, I mean. Nothing can stop the Labyrinthia courier.
Then stop
The mail
wasting
never
time.
stops.
Gotta deliver them all.
I want to make a FedEx joke, but I can't think.
FedEx, more like fed up. I've been waiting for my delivery for 5 days.
She's
These
gone. She was really in a hurry, wasn't she?
There is an actual condition of lunacy attached to being on working on the mail too much.
Huh.
Well, I mean, you're one of the only handful of people who dogs actually hate.
It's like
Oh,
Newman
God.
says in. It's like Newman
Imagine
says
being
in Seinfeld.
hated by dogs. Yes,
Yeah.
Pedro.
It's like Newman says in Seinfeld, because the mail never stops. Just comes coming in and coming in and coming in and coming. Newman. Oh, sorry.
Seriously though, pets seem to really hate the mailman, be they cats or dogs.
I've never understood where that stereotype even came from.
Probably like the guard dog being not, confident against strangers.
Yeah, like, that's a
Yeah.
stranger coming to your house every day that you never get to
Sure, there's
see.
a level of confidentiality that gets built up later, but the stereotype probably comes from that.
This won't do. It's completely unacceptable.
Oh no.
Oh yes, Little Miss Muffet.
What's unacceptable?
Your face.
Excuse you?
There's no one in the world more splendid than Inquisitor Barnum.
Well, there you go then.
We haven't still seen him though.
Yeah, every time it's that woman who gets to stand alongside the Stormway Tower.
So what you want to do is murder her to get rid of the competition?
Yeah, and I know how to hide the body.
In your umbrella?
No. It's so unfair. I'll just stuff him in a box. No one thinks to look there.
It has to
The
be
woman who was
cardboard.
distributing the story to the crowd. Is that right? No, it could be any box. Depends what series you're thinking of.
To be honest, I found her a little scary.
Sure, it's also plan of hers. I just feel sorry for my poor Zackums. Zackums.
Oh, what an interesting pet name. That probably brings them running right to ya.
Oh, if only I could get closer. I could offer my support.
Maybe he has a restraining order out on you, and that's why you can't get closer.
What's a restraining order? It would certainly be difficult to get close to that bustling crowd all around. Perhaps even dangerous. I'd fly.
What now?
Why?
Huh?
He floated down beside him from one of those fluffy clouds in the sky.
Oh my god, Professor, she's just going up into the heavens!
Peach?
Now. Anyway, Luke, it reminds me of a puzzle.
Yes!
Let's go with that.
Navigate Luke through the clouds and help him find the professor. Jumping into holes in the clouds will drop Luke down to the level below. Likewise, jumping onto the fluffy clouds will send him flying up to the level above.
Professor, I think we just witnessed the rapture.
Even that's all, we really have Mary Poppins here.
Yeah. Cue a spoonful of sugar instrumental.
So yeah, it's basically a maze puzzle. I like the little cute sound that it makes when the characters run on the clouds.
Let's see. I think it leads this way.
Look, you already went that way.
No, I didn't. See?
It's because I don't have to guide you.
No, because you're the one who got lost and I had to find you.
Oh, I mean, excuse me. This map is bloody useless.
How did the map lead you into the sky?
There was a giant trampoline.
Right.
Don't you hate it when that happens?
Yeah, you're minding your own business, and then you accidentally jump on a trampoline that leads you all the way into the sky. Anyway, well done for reaching the G.
All right.
Professor, I did it!
I know, I'm only in front of you.
Amazing! Luke and the Professor have been reunited. Great job.
Don't give up your day job, please.
Professor, I don't think she's coming back.
Good. We can only hope that she manages to reach the man she's after.
Wow, you heard it right there, folks. Even Layton's like, nope, it's out of our hands.
Remember, they kind of did the same thing in Miracle Mask as well, like with that mom who just is a shit parent.
Yeah. But we may have just seen somebody die. Like, holy crap.
Bonnie's mother, I think?
Truly remarkable. Are all these book stories? What tracks this came from originally? The fourth game again?
I will have to listen to it.
Yes, they are. All of them. It's said that these were all written by the storyteller.
And his ghostwriters. Seriously, the man must have ghostwriters, I swear. But no one person can write all this.
Oh, you'd be surprised, Professor.
Maybe that's the reason why the stories are so tragic. It's only literally one writer with no editor or proofreader.
Oh,
Yeah.
all of these books? But there are so many.
Oops.
I've got him. Don't worry. Piece of cake.
Dewey, get it? Dewey Decimal System.
You told you. No problem.
It's like a series of unfortunate events that made the exact same joke.
Sorry to startle you, folk. I didn't think there was anyone here.
Well, we're here. That's all right. It's lucky you didn't drop any books. Oh, fucking jinxed.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone carry so many books at once. Aren't they heavy?
Shit, they're heavy.
Love books, so I feel like a mother carrying her baby.
Babies aren't normally that
I hope
big,
you don't
though.
drop them then.
Or rigid.
If you love books, why not carry a few with me?
I do love
Don't
books,
drop your
but
babies, people.
I
Not your
don't
job.
think I could carry that many.
You obviously don't understand the true enjoyment of books.
I
I have
prefer
to read
reading
books
them
for my
over
job.
carrying them.
Investing books.
Oh,
Being
boy.
buried in books. The feel of books. The smell of books. Listening to the sound of the pages turning. Gazing up at books piled high. Being surrounded by books and playing with them. That's how to enjoy books.
Playing with them.
I'm
Obsessed.
not sure I totally agree.
And this is when Professor Layton and the professor actually ask Luke to step away from the creepy man.
Do we?
Boys, that's a spell, isn't it? Uh-oh. Here we go again.
Now look what you've done, Espella. Please, rain calm. You don't want to drop those books.
You said they were your babies.
Yeah.
Just leave it to me. See? All under control.
Take a few at a time.
Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you like that.
You're a curse.
He's something, all right.
Someone could turn up with a 4-course meal that would turn into maggots when you show up.
Dewey, we've come here to find a book about magic.
Magic? I should have known. That is, never mind.
Hmm?
You don't think we're warlocks and witches, do you?
Well, if it's magic that you're interested in, then might I suggest the Grand Grimoire? Not to be confused with, well, you know.
With the Grim
The
Grimoire.
Grim Grimoire. The Grand Grimoire, you say? We'd like to borrow that book, if we may. Ha! Rhyming again.
Well, if you need Miss Mystere's permission, are you sure you want to borrow it? Miss Mystere, of course.
We did ask.
Absolutely.
So,
We're very interested in magic.
so was Saint Mystere named after her?
Possibly.
Friends of Espellas? Interested in magic?
That's such a foreign concept.
So these two must also be. Whoa,
More like Dwibs that magic is incredibly taboo here.
I'm losing the.
Please don't
Silence!
start a cult in the library.
You even mention a speller's name, the curse falls on you.
Silence in the library!
Oh no.
Shit.
She's adorable.
She's got the glasses.
Of course.
I mean, you know, just like any typical posh anime girl should have.
Or, I forgot the name of the actress that supported female character in the Alone in the Dark movie.
Only Miss Mystere can get permission to borrow the Grand Grimoire. But I thought she would allow it.
Well, Professor, it's time for you to work your charms then.
Charms?
The Great Archive was founded for those in the noble pursuit of knowledge. I must ask that you be a little quieter, please. Dewey, as a budding librarian, I would have thought that you would have known better.
What's a fucking librarian?
I'm sorry, Miss Mystere. But these people say they want to borrow the Grand Grimoire.
Did you say The Grand Grimoire?
Please. Also, her hair has a question mark on top.
Oh god, she's the Riddler. In fact, her name is literally Riddell.
Espella Cantabella? Come to think of it, your name sounds like spell. That's bad news. You of all people must know the significance of the Grand Grimoire.
Why should I know?
Given what we learn later about her.
It is an unknown piece of literature which can only be viewed by learned persons of significant status. It's not like I can just give my permission to whoever asks for it, you know.
It's just a book.
It's a very important book that can be used to cast dark magic. I'm sorry, but rules cannot be changed.
But they're meant to be broken.
No.
The question's all mine. That book could prove indispensable for my investigations into magic.
And you are? Excuse me, but may I ask your name?
Tom Riddle. I'm Herschel Layton. I'm investigating this town for racketeering. You could say I'm a traveler, so to speak.
Sure. You just travel. You wouldn't be the first one. A traveler? I'm afraid I have never come across such a profession.
Well, you don't get out much then.
None of you do.
I work a library. That kind of comes with the job. Well, I suppose we can return to that later.
How old are even you? You look 13.
My name is Riddell Mister. I just age very gracefully. I am a librarian as well as curator of the Great Archive.
You could read outside.
Again, I have to maintain the books in here, and I am therefore responsible for all pieces of work here, including the Grand Grimoire. I'm afraid that no matter what your profession or who you are, it is beyond my authority to lend you the Grand Grimoire, and it is simply against the rules.
I guess at least he tried.
And you get a gold star for that. What, the rules? Can't you make an exception for us?
She literally just said, Luke.
But
Luke,
we're the
please, leave this to
heroes.
me. I said leave this to me.
Rules are made to be broken.
I can understand that you are unable to show this book to just anyone.
But
However, as you yourself said just a moment ago, the Great Archive was founded for those in the noble pursuit of knowledge. If trying to save the world isn't noble, I don't know what is.
But it needs to be for knowledge as well.
And I'm currently very much in the pursuit of knowledge regarding magic. Perhaps you would consider letting me at least peruse the Grand Grimoire.
Only learned persons of significant status, and in particular, Inquisitors, are permitted to refer to the Grand Grimoire.
It seems that you keep changing. It seems that you keep changing who can look at this book, like every other line.
Inquisitors?
Moving goalposts, perhaps?
Those who administer justice in this town, Knights of Wisdom as they are known.
Yeah, sure.
Only somebody with equal status to that of an Inquisitor, or with the same level of wisdom, could qualify, or would qualify.
Maybe.
So a puzzle, yes?
So maybe a puzzle?
So if I could demonstrate the required level of wisdom, then I would qualify.
Imagine Layton being an Inquisitor. That would be funny.
You certainly are a persistent gentleman. Very well, let's see what you make of a trial.
What?
Challenge you to a puzzle battle!
This trial has been used in the past to test the ability of Inquisitors, and if you are able to clear this trial, then I will acknowledge that your wisdom matches that of an Inquisitor. Simple enough?
I mean, we're getting somewhere at least.
If you can achieve this, then as curator of the Great Archive, I will lend you that book.
Splendid. Then by all means, do begin.
Hmm.
I can
Confident,
solve this puzzle
are
in a
we?
hop. I can solve this puzzle in a hop.
You certainly have some confidence. Let's see if you can live up to it. Do you think you can pass this trial at which so many hopefuls have stumbled?
I think yes, you have to get, the permit A38.
You shall not pass! See what you can do with this!
We're actually here.
I had to do it for the camera, okay? Puzzle 16, Lost in Time. Make your way through the maze of strange clocks and to the goal. You can only move in the direction of the clock hands. With each step you take, the clock hands will rotate 90 degrees, so take care. Touch the arrows on the touchscreen to move the knight in the direction indicated. Note that the knight is only able to move one space every step. Pay direct attention to the direction of the clock hands on the maze.
I know how to use the stylus.
Do you?
Yes.
Do you really? Or are you just an amateur who only thinks he knows that he knows?
Yes, I do. The only difference is this stylus is a bit thicker.
I really love Riddell's puzzles, actually.
Yeah. These are definitely some of my favorites in the game, actually, the clock hand ones.
There we are.
See?
Allow me to show you my puzzle-solving skills.
There you go.
If this is considered such an insurmountable challenge, the average IQ of Labyrinthia must be really tested.
How can this be? That hardly seemed to be a challenge for you.
I am a professor.
He's built differently.
Who are you? And how did you do that so effortlessly?
I'm Herschel Layton, bitch.
Puzzle master.
More importantly than who I am, there is one thing of which I am certain.
No
You
puzzles
suck.
is a final answer?
No, you suck at puzzles. And that is every puzzle has an answer.
Exactly.
Okay, that is
Hey,
bad
said
line.
the line!
He said his catchphrase, everybody. He said it.
Game's over.
So, do I qualify?
No, out of spite.
Oh god, it's like the 8th gym leader in Johto.
Not so fast!
Oh, what the fuck?
Do
See,
you
out of
really
spite.
believe that my permission can be obtained as easily as that?
What you said earlier?
Considering the rest of the town, yes,
That
actually.
was no more than a preliminary trial to separate the wheat from the chaff. Now for the real trial. Even a man of your caliber shall find this to be challenging.
No wonder no one comes in here. You keep changing the rules.
This
See,
trial
I told you.
will have your eyes rolling and your head spinning.
Oh, my head's spinning.
Mister, I've never seen you get this excited.
Silence! Be quiet, Dewey.
Well, don't yell if you want silence.
I have to establish it first.
Sorry.
Or back the ground with your cane or something. You don't have a cane.
Do we just put those books down, please?
I assume it's safe to predict that this will not be quite so.
But sure, they're his babies. He can't just put them down. He has to nurture them first.
Oh,
Ahem. This will put an end to that overconfidence. Prepare to lose your mind in this mind-bending puzzle.
Are you sure you're not a witch?
I'm certain I'm not. Why would you think such a thing? Ahem.
Only witches would be so.
Now this one's called Out of Time. Ahem. Let's work a little bit of magic here. So yeah, it's it functions the same as the last puzzle, except there's a little something different. The purple clocks will rotate 3 times the speed of the regular clocks.
Oh, before I forget, I must warn you, you no longer have the luxury of undoing a move. One teeny tiny miscalculation, and it's game over! I do hope you don't mind.
Oh, yeah, sure. Change the rules only after I get to see the puzzle.
Good luck!
No hints too.
That's okay. You can that's okay. You can't undo the moves, but you can just restart. On the bottom it says restart. So
That said, I don't want to give her the satisfaction of having to restart, so I'm going to plan ahead.
You're putting question marks in the great plan.
It all makes sense.
Again, Jovah, you're scribbling on the function
bottom.
really. Sorry, on the bottom screen. Really just look like you're actually searching to understand who is Pepe Silvia.
Well, I'm sure we'll figure that out by the end of this venture too, and Luigi will be justified in it.
Sure.
this is like Jovah's like Daffy Duck in Duck Dodgers in the 29th century, trying to explain the route to Planet X to Porky Pig.
I know, yeah.
Say it.
Do you know how?
Actually, I was
now, do you know how to get the,
safe.
I know.
now do you know how to get to Planet X? Yeah, sure. Well, I wish you would told me sooner, Bob.
But yeah, no, like Pedro, I really do love these puzzles, especially this variant of it. It's again, like, it's not mind-numbingly difficult to the point where it feels like you'll be banging your head against the wall, but it's definitely a brain teaser of sorts. I think I've got it.
Right, I got it.
I got it.
Oh god, imagine. A crossover between Catherine and Layton, puzzle-wise.
That one really worked. They're both like an extreme diametric opposite in terms of term and, audience.
Mind you, in terms of actually using the blocks to actually escalate, I can see the challenge or your professor, but it would
Sure, gameplay-wise,
reason
yes.
to be there.
Yeah, gameplay-wise, yes, but story-wise, I don't really.
I guess it does fit the criteria of why the puzzle sucks in people, I suppose, to an extent.
You made it. The last-minute change to the rules of the maze was clearly not enough to catch you out. How?
This starts to sound like a fanfic of a brave, Leon Librarian being smitten by the dashing, professor who solved her puzzles.
My mind-bending puzzle! You didn't lose your mind! On the contrary, you found the solution!
Specifically Harmony.
That's just impossible! Oh, my glasses! My book! Don't look at me!
She's the author's self-insert.
My glasses! Without them, my big cute eyes show off. Just a moment.
They are on your head, hun.
Seriously, her eyes are big. You can actually see them peeking out behind those
Does
glasses.
she have the Ouroboros symbol, inside one of her eye?
Maybe.
But to see my child cleared like that... It seems I underestimated you, sir.
It was a more fascinating puzzle, no more than I'd expect from the curator of the Great Archive.
I find your
That's my
confidence
job.
rather disconcerting.
Yeah, dang.
I hope someday to have the pleasure of showing you a puzzle that will make those little round dots of eyes of yours spin in your head.
Oh my!
Yeah, sorry. I have this thing with my throat where I sound Portuguese sometimes.
But nevertheless, a promise is a promise. I hereby grant you your permission.
Also, sorry, Miss Riddell, the professor is taken.
We'll see about that. We'll see. I might have some things to stack the deck in my favor. Anyway, the special viewing room containing the Grand Grimoire is located on the first floor. And I'm sure you are already aware that book is of unparalleled importance. By no means may it be treated with anything but the utmost of care when you take it out of the library.
And then it happens like in Angels and Demons, and Layton gets accidentally locked inside and the pressure starts getting sucked away.
Oh, sir, thank you for granting me permission.
Hey, imagine, what if the Grand Grimoire is another storybook that can suck people into it?
How many layers are we in?
Well, it's a story within a story.
It happened in an isekai I watched.
Well then, shall we proceed to the special viewing room? Alone? Just the two of us? I shall have to accompany you after all, since the room is locked.
You look too young for me.
How do you know?
A fangirl.
Well, just look at you.
Looks can be deceiving, especially in anime.
Not to mention, Professor, there are plenty of people who are quite shorter than usual.
Yeah.
Talking about height.
That was amazing, Professor Layton. Mr. Layton.
It's
Whatever. It's well known that Miss Mystere is an avid collector of puzzles.
Well, then why didn't you tell me then?
Wanted to keep it a surprise for you.
You would have found out by yourself.
That
Well,
too.
at the time-
I'm in a strange town. I need all the help I can get.
And I've heard that the puzzles she presents are always very difficult to solve.
And I just solved 2 of them.
Yeah, but you're weird.
Espella.
And what does that say about you?
See, the thing is, Espella.
She's normal here. Well, actually, no, not really.
No, every time she shows up, she causes people to fall over. I see. There are collectors of puzzles in this place too.
What do you mean?
You
There
see,
are other
Espella,
places
since
that collect puzzles.
you see, Espella, when it comes to story obligatory puzzles, you have to keep them somewhat easy.
Oh
on the
god.
easier sides.
Should we tell her that we technically know a witch who collects puzzles?
Well, Granny Riddleton, to be fair, despite dressing like a witch, has never been established to be a
She
witch.
also has a cat familiar.
She does have a cat.
I could have
yes,
sworn
but
at some
come on,
point
now,
they-
Are you saying that, too? Are you saying that every woman who has a cat is a witch?
I could have sworn that at some point we did actually confirm that she was a witch. Like,
Also regarding
Doesn't
before,
she have a devil granddaughter?
Well, that would explain how she seems to always be everywhere we go.
collecting
in fact, come to
puzzles
think of
that
it,
are missing.
doesn't she literally like disapparate at some point overall? Like, or rather, she just vanishes mysteriously.
Also sure, but don't you see? You really don't you just hate bugs? You really can slap them enough.
Ah,
No.
good old,
No.
good dear sweet
Puzzlette.
Puzzlette. Alright then, we'll see you for the next part when we check out the Grand Grimoire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See ya.